What's up, guys? A little story time, slight change. Members of the Mike Dolce Knows channel, we're going to add a lot more complexity in a good way to the channel in time. So, thank you. This is one of the power racks inside the gym. We got this big wall of fame behind me, lots of signed UFC posters that I have taken a part in. As a coach and even as an athlete. The one right behind me, I actually fought season 7 of The Ultimate Fighter. I won my first fight by knockout, lost my second fight by choke the F out, which is good. It was a good metaphor for life, I believe. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about something that happened to me last night at the banya. So I go to this Russian banya. It's about 20 minutes or so from where I live. And it's awesome. That's a whole nother video, by the way. But I'm in there and I'm a little later than I normally go. I like to go when they first open, but I don't get there till like 5 o'clock at night, which means I'm out of there at 6:30. And it's kind of packed because everyone's getting out of work and whatnot. So I'm in there, and I see some people I know. This is, big buff dude. He's a nurse. His wife works in healthcare also. And we're having a conversation about doctors of physical therapy and different practitioners. They know who I am and my field and whatnot. So we're having a more scientific conversation discussing different types of therapists and how they're best suited for certain types of injuries, how they run their practices. So it's more of like a B2B, business to business style of conversation. Well, there's another gentleman in there, and he's like, oh, I don't want to, butt into your conversation, but you guys should really think about hiring a personal trainer that also does massage. And we're like, oh, okay, yeah, thanks, you don't know. Thanks for the suggestion. He's like, yeah, well, that's what I do. And he starts going in about him, and he's this mixed martial or boxer, but he's getting into MMA and this whole thing. He was like, okay, so you're in the sauna, you're just listening to this dude talk. Anyway, so I finish my rotations, I'm all done for the night. I go, I take the shower, I'm at my locker, I'm getting changed, and he happens to be in there getting changed too. And he looks at me and he goes, oh, you're that diet guy. I guess so. I mean, I'm just a dude who's trying to go home, really. And he's like, oh, you're the diet guy. And he kind of walks over and he's like, so why should I hire you? I said, like, this is weird, right? I said, well, what are you talking about? He's like, well, what do you do? Pitch me. Tell me what you do. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, nothing. I have nothing to pitch you. I have nothing to sell you. I'm just getting changed, man. I'm just going, my wife's got dinner on the table. I'm just trying to get out of there. He goes, no. Like, no, if I wanted to hire you, tell me what you do. I'm like, are you interested in my business? He's like, yeah. What do you do? I work in nutrition and health and fitness. We help people live better lives. It's like, well, how can you help me lose weight? I'm like, oh, I don't know. It depends on what you need. It's just a really weird conversation, right? And he's like being confrontational with me in a way, speaking as if he wants to hire me, which I'm not for hire. And like, I'm just trying to go home. I'm not trying to have a dick swinging contest like in a locker room full of dudes getting changed. Like, I'm just trying to shower up, not make friends in the locker room and get the F out of there. And he goes, well, man, I train hard, I eat perfectly, and I just can't lose this last little bit of body fat. He picks up his shirt and he goes, I'm 8% body fat and I've been stuck here for a while. Well, I look at his belly and I look at him and I smile. I said, Bud, you're not 8% body fat. You're more like 18% body fat. No disrespect, but this is what I do. And he's like, looks at me, shakes his head, and he goes, no, I'm 8%. I said, no, like, I'm not busting your chops here. You're 18% at least. That's not single digit body fat percentage. Single digit body fat percentage, I would be able to see all the tendons in your serratus and intercostal. You would likely have vascularity right now in your midsection. I can't even see your top 2 abs. Now, he was maybe 140 pounds. He wasn't a big guy. And I'm having this really weird conversation with this kind of, person who's Again, being weird. I'm not saying he's a weird person. He's just being weird towards me. The engagement's very weird. And he goes, okay, so let's say you're right, and I'm not 8% body fat. What would you do for me? Like, nothing. I can't do anything for you. And he just kind of looks at me and he's like, well, how should I eat? I said, well, you tell me. How do you eat? He said, well, man, I eat perfectly. I train 3 hours a day. I was like, okay, that's great. You train hard. Awesome. I'll assume that you train well. But again, what do you eat during the day? What food do you physically put into your mouth? And he looks at me and goes, man, everybody wants me to eat something different. Everybody has a different opinion on food. I'm like, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. And I say, listen, I don't have anything to sell you. I'm not trying to sell you anything. And I'm not for hire. And I don't want you to buy anything. But if you want to hit your goals, if you want to get down to 8% body fat, if you want to see those abs and get in the shape that you want to be in to train the way you want to train, that's all on you. You can't hire anyone to do that for you, but I will give you some free advice. The 4x4. Simply eat 4 meals 4 times per day, 4 hours apart. Now, you guys know I speak to you about the 4x4 all the time. Well, this gentleman in the locker room, as I'm like putting on my jacket and I'm like getting ready to walk out of there, I'm like, the 4x4. But here's what I want you to do. For the next 4 weeks, I want you to pretty much eat the exact same meals every day for week 1. And then decide, how do you feel? How did you feel? Even if you're a little hungry for a couple days, eat the same foods, the same times, with the same intervals in between. Monday through Sunday, every day for week 1. Week 2, make a small adjustment across the board to each meal. But then don't change it once you've made that one adjustment. Week 3, make another adjustment. Like if you're a little hungry in between the second and third meal during week 1, well, in week 2, increase the calories maybe 10% across the board. No more, no other changes. Week 3, make another change again. Week 4, you should be able to have the exact perfect meal plan locked in. I guarantee you, as you move into week 5, you might not even need to hire me. That's for you too, guys. I'm not here to sell you anything. I have nothing to sell. Like if you're interested in working one-on-one, you want a personalized online program, we have all that stuff that's available for individuals who need to take it to that next level. That's awesome. But I don't want to sell you anything out of the gate. I want you to learn your body. So then when you do want to hire someone, you do want to purchase a product or a service, well then you're doing it from a place of education. You're informed. Now you are very specific. It's like, how about this? I'll tell you how the conversation closes with this guy at the end. You go to the mechanic and you say, there's something wrong with my car. And the mechanic says, well, what's the problem? You go, I don't know. Can you fix it? Many mechanics are like, sure, we can fix it. Give me your keys. I'll call you later. And well, you have a mixed combobulated thingamabob. It's going to be $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. And you're like, okay. And they fix the miscombobulated thingamabob for $3,000. You get in the car and start driving, and you have the same issue as when you drove in. Well, that's fitness. That's nutrition. That's exercise. To the uninformed. Those who jump onto a ketogenic diet uninformed don't even know why. They don't know if it works. They don't know why it works. They don't know if that's what they need. They don't know that they actually needed to go 0 carbs when in fact they probably could have eaten 200 grams of carbs per day. They just needed to maybe change the type of carbs. Or maybe they were already eating good, clean burning carbs, but they just needed to restack the time of the carbs. Right? They didn't have to go 0 carbs. They didn't have to change everything. They just needed to make a small little tweak. Well, maybe this person, they drove away with a discombobulated thingamabob out of the mechanic when they really just needed a new set of brake pads. Maybe that was all it was. Or how about this? The mechanic, well, they replaced the brake pads and they replaced the brake drums and they replaced the shocks and the struts because you said your car was driving a little rough. This is what I mean about coming from a point of education, right? So, back to this gentleman. As we're walking out, I said, listen, follow the 4x4, the same meals. Buddy, you train hard. And I'm just assuming he trains hard. Who knows? I wanted to give him the win, right? I wanted to empower him to walk out there with his chest held high, feeling like I can do this. I said, I'm sure you train hard, right? I'm sure you know exactly what you're doing with training, but your nutrition sounds like it's a little all over the place. You got a lot of people telling you to do this thing or that thing or the other thing. I said, forget about that. You know your body better than everybody else, right? So it makes it easy. 4 meals, 4 hours apart for the next 4 weeks, and just make small changes once per week and then lock it in. Yes, it'll get a little bit boring. I understand that. Yes, it'll be a little bit monotonous. I understand that. But it's only 4 weeks. And if you go through this small period of time, you will learn so much about your body and your nutrition and what makes you feel good and what fuels you and what maybe doesn't digest very well. What foods which are supposed to be healthy, well, they just don't work very well for you, or they're actually really good foods, but you can't eat them before your workout. They're great on the days that you don't work out. Have you ever had food like that? The days you don't work out, man, you feel great all day. But if you eat the same thing on a day that you do work out, you find, man, I just don't feel very good. Well, that's because it digests slower inside your physiology. That's all that means. So that's a meal that's for an off day, not an on day. It doesn't mean you never eat it. It just means your timing is slightly off. What I said earlier, right? It might not be even the type of carbs. It's just the timing of the carbs. And I guarantee you, my friends, you can figure that out in 4 weeks of the 4x4, right? So as we're walking, I said, listen, consistency and structure, that's all you need for 4 weeks. Go through that. I'll be in here and then pick my brain because you'll have so much information. He looks at me and goes, yeah, I'll do that. I was like, what? Man, like I just gave you, I think, gold. Like anyone who takes this information, you're empowered now, right? I'm not trying to sell anything to anybody. We have stuff for sale, sure. But that's only for people who really need the personal hand, like the personal help. That's why I do so much free content, right? That's what this is. The abundance cycle. As much information, free information as I can feed to you guys, this will add value. And then maybe you get to the point that you need something more structured to take you up to the next level. Or you just simply want to deload the thought process to someone else because you're focused on your job, you're focused on your family, you're focused on school, you're focused on this other stuff, and you need an extra set of eyes to step in for you. It's like an external hard drive. That's a great time to hire a coach, right? Or you're trying to now break the plateau to go from where you were to get to somewhere new, and then you actually do need new software downloaded into you. That's the time for a coach. But if you're just lost and you're kind of living a lifestyle that's a mess and you're not consistent and you're not structured, well, I'm going to tell you, don't hire anybody. Don't spend a penny. Simply take a few days, a few weeks, and take back control of yourself, right? That's what all this is about. So he kind of blew me off at the end, and I was like, oh, okay. I've never seen him before. I'll probably never see him again. I have great stories by that. Maybe I didn't tell that one so well. I don't know. I don't think I told that one so well. But I have awesome stories of me just being accosted by people, like in gyms and coffee shops and banyas, right? In bathhouses, like all over the place. People just and usually it's because they know who I am. I don't know if this dude knew anything about the Dolce Diet or anything else, or he just thought I was some smarty pants sitting in the sauna, probably like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, whatever. I don't know what he was thinking. But especially when I was living in Vegas, by the way, man, I couldn't go anywhere in Vegas without people taking off their clothes, asking me what I think they weigh. What weight class should they fight in? What's their body fat percentage? How should I eat? Or this, I got so many crazy stories. Again, I'll do that maybe on different videos. So guys, if you stayed here this long, thank you for hanging out with me for the last 15 minutes. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely subscribe to this channel, the Mike Dolce Knows channel. We're really putting a lot of time and energy into growing this channel for you guys. Bang, bang, give the video a thumbs up if you haven't, and leave comments below. What type of videos do you want to see? What type of videos do you want me to talk about? What topics are you struggling with? I want to hear that. Also, guys, ask me a question. Ask me a question. If you can send me a video question, you can send it to mailbag, M-A-I-L-B-A-G, mailbag at thedolcediet.com. I would love for you to ask me a question that I can throw up, and it's like, hey, Nick, this is Nick from Chicago, and Nick just has like a question, and then it's like, bam, Nick asks his question. He's walking, doing this. He's in the gym. He's hanging out with his dog on the couch. Yeah, man, Dolce, I get this sticking point on my bench press. Weight comes real fast off the chest. I can't lock it out. What do you think I should do? I could troubleshoot that. Or you got that last little bit of fupa, right? You guys know what the fupa is. If you don't know, well, then that's up to you. But also the boo belly. It's when the guy's got the big boobs and they got the big bellies. We call it the boo belly. Look at boo belly over here, right? He's got the big boobs sticking out, got the big belly sticking out. He's got the air lats walking on. The boo belly. And you want to shrink down the boo belly. What do? Well, there's actually real specific reasons for that. Usually it's a hormonal issue outside of just total caloric surplus. Whatever that is, you want to get rid of the A cups, whatever. I'm being a kind of a dickhead, so I'm sorry. Maybe you're struggling. You're struggling with something with the crabs in the pot. Maybe your significant other is just not supportive of your fitness lifestyle. Dolce, what do I do? Send that to mailbag at thedolcediet.com, or you can text it to me. You can text it to me. And I'll leave the phone number under this video. If you want to text it, that's fine. It has to be less than 30 seconds. Just text me the word YouTube. How about this? Text me the word YouTube, so then you fall into the YouTube group, and then you can text the video after that. So text the word YouTube, so I know you're part of the YouTube group, right? And then you can text me the video, but to keep it less than 30 seconds. Mailbag at the Dolce Diet. You can send it if it's, I don't know, maybe you can send it or not, depending on how big the file size is. That's it. I'm talking a lot here. It is late on I don't even know what the day is. I truly don't even know what the day is. The new camera setup, the new video setups got me all excited. Do you guys like this, by the way? Do you like this setup as compared to just me over in the corner style? I got a bunch of different setups here that we didn't use. We're rearranging the gym once again. We got a big shoot coming up. We're building an entire in-home bodyweight training database, a full bodyweight training program. If you're a member of the online platform, click the link below to learn more about that. If you are a member of the online platform following 3 weeks of Shredded or Living Lean, we are shooting a brand new in-home full body bodyweight conditioning program. Like a couple weights will be available, but not necessary, right? So it's like no frills in the gym training, and that's going to be awesome. So we're getting ready to shoot that here too pretty soon. All right, that's it. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, boom. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you like this type of content, short, quick, straight to the point clips, definitely subscribe to the channel so you're notified when videos like these come out. You might want to check out one of these videos for more great content guaranteed to make you laugh, make you think, and make your life better. Let's go.